When people ask me, so these guys that seem to control reality, how do they know that they're going to be a success? I always say, but there's no how in knowing. You have it backwards. If you think that knowing is not enough, then you're missing a step. And that is what I'm going to tell you in this video, how to control reality simply by knowing it into existence. And this video is going to take on the subject of what actions to take when you manifest. How do you know if it's the right idea for you? How do you know how to fulfill your own desire? If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be healthy, if you want love, how do you know what to do? Let's talk about it because it's very, very, very simple. All right. So in this video, we will go through three things. I'll promise to be quick, so stick around. How to get the right ideas, how to act in manifestation, and at the end, I'll give you my 4-day identity saturation ritual. Something to do for just 4 days that realigns you with acting like you are already in your desired reality. This is very interesting. This is how you become a reality controller, right? I know it sounds maybe a bit pop culture like, but this is how you change anything about your physical reality. So let's start off with how to get the right ideas. You think that your ideas are not right. I do this in all my videos. I turn it upside down, and I will start by doing that as well. You think your ideas are not right. And if I should start by drawing you, right? You think that up here you are producing ideas, but you are not. You think that your brain gives you ideas, but I'm here to tell you no. Your brain is an antenna for ideas. It's a receiver. So let's draw this little receiver here. And then just say this is God, the universe, Allah, whatever it is for you, sending you ideas. If you ask musicians, if you ask actors, if you ask athletes, most of them will say it's when I'm in the flow. It's when I'm not thinking that I do my best work. How does that work? Don't I have to use my brain? No. You have to know who you are. You have to align with something specific. And then all the ideas you need to solve that situation is given to you. That is why the very famous channeler, Bashar, he says, consciousness does not have a memory per se, because it does not need one. It just always knows what to do when faced with a challenge, right? And that's the same with you. You think you need to have a solution, to have an idea, but it will be given to you. Just think about your own life. If you are in the sauna, out running, going to bed, relaxing with a book, whatever, it's actually when you calm down your system, when you let go of trying to figure everything out, that ideas start popping, right? Most people, they get it when falling to sleep. Then they can solve the whole world situation. And when they wake up, it's like gone, right? But it's because you're giving room to infinite intelligence to really give everything you need. So if I just had to draw another drawing here so you understand. So if you embody something over here, you will receive everything that is receivable within that extension of consciousness. When you are a certain extension of God, you will receive a certain amount of ideas. And if you embody something different, you will receive different ideas. So I call it being a vessel, that instead of realizing I will need to produce something in my brain, realize that God always has your back. You're not the one doing the work. You're simply the extension that gets to play around in this physical life, having everything you need, having everything you can imagine inside you. It can be yours if you just let go of control. So letting go of control is how you gain control, right? Write that down. You're not to concern yourself with the how of how to control reality. You can simply just start doing it. And I'll tell you how in this video, right? So I hope this makes sense, that you're just a vessel and you'll receive all the ideas that you need to have what you are going for. So it starts with embodiment. It starts with you getting to know yourself from a specific point of view. Who do you want to be? And if you want to be that person, I'll tell you later how to become that person. But if you just know yourself to be a famous actor and you start knowing yourself, telling yourself, I'm a famous actor, and then you get an idea on how to become it, know that that idea is not random. You did not create it, right? That's why I call this how to get the right ideas, because there are only right ideas, right? There are no wrong ideas. When you then say, okay, let's go on to point number 2. I want to be something special. If you say I would like some more money, right? And you embody that. Then you become this vessel. You open yourself up to receiving money. And God is sending you, sending you good solutions, but God is also sending you things you need to learn in terms of contrast. What don't you like, so that you know more of what you would like. So any idea you will get, not all of them will seem like they are helping you towards your desired reality, but actually they are, because it always follows the path of least resistance. So let's say you want to have a successful e-com business, right? And you get an idea, I should start running ads, right? You really know yourself to be successful in this industry. You have an idea, and you know that idea is being sent to me based on what I am opening myself up to receiving. It's being sent to me not because I made that. So I can say I doubt that idea, but that doesn't make any sense, because that idea is not yours. It's God's ideas being sent to you. All right? All consciousness, the all, whatever you want to call it. But infinite intelligence is streaming through you at all times. Imagine it like rain, and you decide where to stand and pick up rain. And depending on where you stand, you will pick up a specific amount of rain ideas, right? You'll get these ideas and you can doubt them, but that doesn't make any sense, because it's then the doubt that's actually making sure you won't get it, because then you embody not the one having it, but the one doubting it. So then you will get ideas that can continue to fuel the reality that just shows doubt. So you can doubt it, but there's no reason to, because the ideas are not random. End of discussion. So it's being sent to you, right? And so how to act in manifestation? Well, you will actually just start doing. And it sounds simple, but let's take the example with the ads. You think you should create ads, and you start running ads, and some of them are not working. You can say, but I thought that my ideas were supposed to be working. Well, down the line, you will know that that very moment taught you which ads not to run, so that you could go to YouTube, find a video that would teach you how to do it, or something, right? The steps, I cannot go to your timeline and tell you what the steps are, but God, Source, Infinite Intelligence, knows this way better than you do. So you don't have to concern yourself with it. Imagine God looking down on you, just seeing every possible timeline, and listening to you. And you say, I would like to go this place. And he says, okay, I'll design it for you. Let me design the map for you, right? This is very important for you to recognize. And just look back at your own life and realize, yeah, there's so many coincidences all the time. Coincidences, right? So acting in manifestation is start doing and noticing what I call first thoughts. And that is the thought before perception kicks in. And sometimes it comes immediately when you have a desire. Okay, I would like more clients. And then you get an idea, maybe I should do like that. But then you start, yeah, but I have tried that before. I don't know about that. Maybe it won't work. Stop yourself. Your perception is not needed. Your brain is very limited. Do the thing without doubt. That's how you get it. And people will say, but so I should just do what I'm inspired to do in that place? Yes, because your ideas are not random. You should start acting, knowing that those actions will lead you to the ending of your movie, right? And that so you pick a movie that you would like to watch. This is really how manifestation works. You pick a movie, and you know the ending of the movie. You go to visualization tonight, and you imagine a scene, and you know yourself to be viewing that scene and living that scene. It's not imagination, it's timeline viewing. You're going to a different point, to a different now moment on a timeline you would like to experience. And you're pressing play, and when you wake up tomorrow, you know that movie to be unfolding, right? Then you need to start acting like it. You need to start acting like you're in that movie. And imagine that God, in this movie, we will call God the director of the movie. And the director will start yelling at you, try this instead, do this instead. Not good enough, try this instead, right? Just the director just telling you what to do in that scene. And then notice, yeah, that's me. That's always me. I can just actually just follow the flow of every scene. And I will be told what to do. Because you will, based on who you know yourself to be. The law of knowing. That is what manifests. You're manifesting a version of yourself. So it's perception that's actually quite limiting, because you tell yourself maybe the action is not right. Well, in fact, it's always right. The only wrong action to take is the action while thinking that it's wrong. Because if you embody, obviously, yourself doubtful, not knowing it, you will get the ideas that corresponds that exact physical reality. And that's why you are at the place in life where you are at right now. So upgrade your identity. And that identity will fuel thoughts, emotions, ideas that will just give you everything you need in terms of actions. Okay? So if I just need to summarize that before I go into my specific way of doing this, realize you're a vessel of ideas. You're not producing the ideas, it's being handed to you on a silver platter. And you can discuss them if you want to, but the one giving you the ideas, infinite intelligence, right? Infinite abundance, infinite love, God, Allah, source, consciousness, the all. The ideas, they're coming from a place of truth, in totally opposite of your current perception. That's just a limiting filter. All right? So you need to start acting on the ideas that is being sent to you, knowing that that is actually a part of the play. That's actually the movie you're watching. So you get to do it. Now here comes the routine. 4 days. All right? First off, empty yourself. Day 1, empty yourself. And it's to remove what you believe about yourself right now. It's to remove any limiting beliefs you have. So I want you to focus this day on being present. I want you to spend some time with eyes closed. I want you to talk as little as possible that day. I want you to catch your thoughts and tell yourself, I'm relaxing today. I'm settling into becoming nothing. Just today. Today I don't have my limits. I don't have my thoughts. I'm emptying myself today. And you can do it by picking the thing you like the most to do that day. All right? Step 2, drowning yourself in new you. And obviously, I don't mean in physical reality. I mean in your mind. So you're drowning yourself, you're drowning your own identity. So what that means is that you have now emptied yourself. The next day, you will then fill yourself up with the only thing you want to be. And I want you to pick 5 sentences, 3 sentences. It can be 1 sentence, it could be 1 word. And I want you to just keep repeating it that day, as many times as you can. Right? And this will be easy for some of my religious viewers because you're used to doing it with your praying beads. Right? Just saying a very nice word about God or Allah or whatever you're doing. But to those of you who have not tried this, let me warn you, it can be very challenging in the beginning to not let your head run in a different direction. Just forgive yourself when that happens and go back into drowning yourself with words. And what that does to you is it leaves no place for bad creation. It streamlines your creation. It aligns you perfectly with only being one vessel at that time. It also aligns you to the present moment because you really have to stay very conscious to keep repeating a word over and over and over again. And I would pick something that moves you, something that tells you I'm the person I want to be. So it does not have to be I'm a successful plumber, right? It can just be I have everything I want. And God knows what you want. Okay? So drown yourself in the new you and do it as much as you can that day. Only say sentences that align with that. And I would pick 1 sentence or 5 sentences or 3, right? Not many. Pick it. Repeat it internally, externally. Obviously, when you can't, you can't. All right? Day 3, dwell in it. And what I want you to do right now, when you wake up on day 3, you would have spent a day just becoming that person, telling the universe, I'm that. And then day 3, you will embody it. So before everything you do that day, anything you can quantify as an action, drinking coffee, driving to work, I want you to dwell in it just for a few seconds. Sit down as a king that re-enters his throne or queen, right? I want you to, I'm it already. This is who I am, and then drink your coffee. Feel yourself being that person while you drink your coffee. Feel how that person would drink his coffee, if that's any different to you. So on day 3, I want you to, every time before you do a thing that also requires great effort on your behalf, conscious effort, but I want you to do it. I want you to dwell in it. I want you to find that bodily sensation before you do anything that day. Okay? And then 4, I want you to take action. But I want you to make an idea action list based on what comes to you. And you can do this for 24 hours, 48 hours. You can do it for a week, but I want you to pay specific notice to some things that happens in your head. What thoughts appear in my head? What ideas appear in my head? What should I do? Because I think you know the answer to what you should do. I just think you doubt it. What should I do? Then I want you to notice repetition, which means I want you to notice how many times an idea repeats itself in your head. Is the director yelling, change, change, do this, and you're just like, nope, 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 nope. Not realizing that you're being sent very good ideas. So I want you to notice repetition and write them down. Do I have just ideas that just keeps on coming? Maybe they've been coming for half a year and I don't do it. Then I want you to notice what, and I'm going to write bad action, but that's not a thing. But what thing am I doing right now that I continuously is being told not to do? right? Am I being told, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, stop it, stop it, stop it, and I am not stopping it? Realize also that your fulfilled state is lying beyond that, right? And then I want you to think, what have I not done? And what have I not done is a way to ask yourself in multiple now moments at a time. So if you say, what have I not done? It's assuming that there's several moments that you have excluded a good idea. And in most cases, there are. If you ask yourself, what have I not done? You will start noticing, yes, this thing I have been postponing for a very long time. Or these 2 things, 3 things. And you will notice you are avoiding God's help instead of just doing it. And then 2 more things. What am I passionate about? Right? When you embody this after these days, what are you just being pulled to do? Follow that inspired action that just, oh, that would be great to do that. Right? Follow that passion. Because feeling good means truth in your system. All right? And then, finally, what would I do without limits? Because then you will make this list based on your current financial situation, based on who you know, based on what you have done previously. But I want you to remove that in this final phase of it. So with no limits, don't put anything on it. Start acting towards it anyways. Think to yourself, I'm giving this idea. Yes, I have a perception that tells me that would be hard to do right now, but I'll try to do it anyways. Okay, so if I had no limits, what would I do? So to summarize this video, it's actually very easy or simple. It might not be easy, but it's very simple to know what to do when you want to manifest a new reality. And when I tell you always in my videos, actions, they take care of themselves, this is what I mean. You have no free will in action. Action will come to you like spontaneous ideas always. So you have free will and assumption. What do you assume to be true about your reality? And that's the real work. And you can just go watch my other YouTube videos and I'll keep making them. So make sure to subscribe. But that's the real work, is knowing who you are without limits. For the first time in your life, allowing yourself to say, who am I, if not based on external reality? And you can write me a comment about who you are. Right? Who are you? If you could pick who you are, and you can, nobody, no thing should define you. Only you. Who do you want to be? It's mentioned in all religions. God made you in his image, which means an infinite amount of things. You go ahead and pick only good words about yourself. Who are you if you can pick? And you can. And then you start embodying that. And then you start telling yourself, I want to be this. I want this. This is my desire. And then you do this 4-day exercise. Right? You empty yourself. You drown yourself in new identity. You dwell in it as if it's you, because it is. And then on day 4, you make the plan. What am I just being filled up with, told to do? Right? God is yelling at me. And I think you'll find this quite funny, because you'll realize he is always with you. He's closer to you than your jugular vein, right? He's just right next to you, always. You simply have to ask. Then you will be told what to do. That's it. Pick a movie and then start acting the part. Get out of here. Bye.